Welcome to Appostomy. Appostomy is a digital tool that aims to facilitate the person with a stoma transition to life, centered on the competency of self-care in the fields of knowledge, self-surveillance, interpretation, decision-making, and resource management. The application also aims to enhance communication and articulation between the patient or caregiver and the stoma therapy nurse. It also intends to provide the stoma nurse and the patient or caregiver with updated information about the medical devices and associated services provided by SP Care Welland. Of course, this application does not replace the assessment by the stoma therapy nurse in person. Let us start with the patient perspective. Appostomy is a fantastic tool for the patients because it brings information into their homes, available whenever they need, and in the language clear and easy to understand. Appostomy is a friendly interface that allows patients to understand how it works without the need of training or additional instructions. The patient or its caregiver only needs to register and supplying the request information. A message is sent with a validation code and a password to ensure the safety of personal data. The patient is then directly connected to its nurse, avoiding unnecessary displacement for an hospital, and from this point onwards, he obtains immediate help by engaging in a conversation with the nurse, sending photos, or even small videos to allow a better understanding of his situation. With Appostomy, the patient will also have access to a useful set of specific information regarding his conditions and the variety of available medical devices. The summarized content for the patients are as follows. Ostomy and stoma. Brief description of the stoma characteristics with graphic illustrations of their anatomy and physiology. Ostomy devices. Description of all existing devices and their technical and quality requirements according to the local authority standard, as well as all available Welland devices and characteristics. Stoma and skin care. General recommendations for care with the stoma and peristoma skin. How to apply the devices. Detailed description of the applications and the removal with supported videos. Stoma and skin surveillance. Description of the stoma and the skin main complications with recommendations for the best procedures to be followed. Stoma and skin assessment. Self-assessment guide through the identification of each individual situation compared to the reference photos. And resource and management. Reference to document and official websites. Appostomy will also be particularly important to support patients who do not have the regular support of a stoma therapy nurse. These patients will be able to freely access the application and request for support. In these situations, a contact will be established with a full dedicated nurse for immediate help. And, if so needed, this nurse will book a stoma therapy appointment of their convenience. In the case of a caregiver, it will also provide free registered access with the communication and support options. Data is protected according to the legal requirements, and the clinical data will only be shared with authorized nurse. All data will remain fully under the control of the patients, including editing, disclosure, or complete withdrawal. These services is free of charge. Let's now see Appostomy from the nursing perspectives. Nowadays, the healthcare system is struggling with the lack of response capacities, moreover penalized by the pandemic situation. Appostomy allows the nurses to improve their support to the patient needs and increase the coverage of range. It has been designed to improve their productivity and, in turn, provide a better level of customer care. The nurses will have free access to this application, which can be installed on their phones or tablets running iOS or Android. With Appostomy, a helpful content set is available regarding stoma, best practice, and all the other relevant information through a user-friendly navigation panel. Direct connectivity with their patients and peers, interactive chat, photos, and video sharing complement the array of available features. With this solution, nurses will get extra support in dealing with situations where it is not possible to provide immediate support. It is advisable to avoid unnecessary travels to healthcare institutions for safety reasons, costs, or even agenda unavailability. It is necessary to access an in-depth knowledge for complex situations. It is necessary or obtain peer advice. Operation-wise, it is also quite straightforward. Your patient or caregiver will be asked to register with an identified profile. From this point onwards, all information will only be shared between the patients and the dedicated nurse. Further assistance may be provided through the contact of a free line number or a dedicated email address. We thank you for watching this presentation. We say now goodbye and invite you to watch our 8th promotional video.
It's not always easy to live with a stoma. Daily care and constant vigilance increases the user's fear and anxiety. Going to the hospital is not always an option. That's the main reason why we created the Appostomy, an easy-to-use solution that allows patients and nurses to quickly register, access its contents, and connect with each other. With Appostomy, you are closer to those who can help you. So, in case of any question regarding your situation, you can always access your dedicated nurse through the available interactive chat. In the menus, you can also find products and accessories that will ease your life with the stoma. In addition to exchanging clarification messages, you can also share photos to help identifying any possible problem. Download from the App Store or Google Play. This app is for you, whether you are a health professional or a user.